Yep. Hi, Kaplan. This is Arnav. Nice to meet you again. Uh,
Good to meet you again.
as I was talking to you, how was your break? What did you guys do? Anything fun stuff that you can share?
It was pretty good. Suffered jet lag, but that meant that we were on the right sleep schedule to wake up early and watch the games. So I hung out, relaxed, watched the games, played little games, and just tried to catch up on sleep and take
Yeah,
it easy.
that's cool. I would straight dive into our last conversation which we had in Bangkok. That was about the new meta changes and everything. That time we were talking about the potentially new duelist, Vele, as we now know. John was one of the first players to test it out. Did you guys had any interactions once he saw? Did you guys have plans how you can integrate the character in the new in the team?
You're talking about how to integrate Teo?
Yeah, no, no, not Theo, Vele actually.
Oh, Waylay, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, definitely an interesting agent. It'll be cool to see how she does. I think that um, it's not as obviously OP as Teo. When Teo's the kind of character where you can see the ability trailer and hop in a custom and press the buttons and instantly know the agent's going to be very strong. It was very clearly ahead of how obviously like the power level of agents at first glance for a lot of previous releases. I think Waylay falls more into the category of other recent agents where okay, it's interesting, but she's competing with other agents that are super strong right now, and they didn't nerf Yoru, and I think Jet still competes with Waylay, and Raze is still really good on Raze maps. Obviously, Bind's gone. So definitely experimenting, and I think she's strong, but nowhere near the levels of just like obvious played on every map levels that Teo was at.
yeah, that makes sense. But the other thing which I find really interesting is that after a really long time, she is a really aggressive duelist, which we call. I mean, if you compare to ISO and previous duelists, she's after I think Raze or Jet, maybe one of the most aggressive duelists we can find in the game right now. Uh, Still, a lot of teams, do you think, will go with the double duelist comps which we saw with T1 utilizing in every maps, like most of the maps, basically?
Yeah, I definitely think teams are going to get inspired to do double duelist from T1. They made it look very good. And there's maps, obviously, like Haven, where there was a meta comp already outside of T1. Fnatic had been playing it for the previous season. So I think teams will move into double duelist. It's usually an easy comp to play on any map, and it's easy to feel in tier 1 like you have a team that can play it, obviously, because so many rosters are so talented. I think teams will probably overcorrect. I think that you have to have a team who can play with so much confidence on stage, and it's kind of chicken and egg, right?
Yeah,
Okay, does double duelist give you that confidence, or do you have the confidence to make double duelist work?
yeah.
T1 obviously have the confidence to make double duelist work because players like Meteor play like a duelist even when they're on Viper on maps like Split.
I
So
mean,
yeah, I think some teams will try it and not pull it off as well as them, but we'll see.
you guys got second and narrate as well.
Sorry, what was that?
You guys got second and narrate as well. So can we expect Sentinels to cook something? Give me a
I mean,
sneak peek. Come on.
we definitely have the roster to pull it off. That's for sure. We definitely have the firepower.
Yeah. Uh, the other thing I want to talk to you about, after your loss in Bangkok, the team was really, like we talked in the press conferences about, the team was not in synergy and was having issues. Did you guys find that issues and did you overcome throughout the break?
Yeah, we had a lot of time to think about things, reflect on things. Um, I asked all the guys to watch back our game actually with our comms, and the video actually we get with comms even as our face cams on it. So we all watched that one, which I think was a really good way to reflect on what's going wrong. Obviously, some of it has to do with communication, some of it has to do with other stuff, some of it has to do with how we are on stage, which you can see. And then we had a nice team meeting a little over a week ago where we all kind of came in with thoughts on what we need to do, what we need to work on. And yeah, I think we're all feeling really confident that we're going to find our groove. And we all reminded ourselves and even our boss Rob reminded us like it's important to be patient, right? We're a new roster in a lot of ways. We brought 2 younger players in and shook things up, and we need to be patient with ourselves. And even getting top 2 in Americas and making Bangkok was an achievement and a sign we're on the right track.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I mean, you guys can, and I also think you guys have a lot of pressure apart from other teams because you are Sentinels,
Yeah.
fans, Twitter, Reddit, VLR, everywhere. If you guys play well, they all commend you. If you guys lose, they should talk you. So I think that adds a little bit of more stress to your uh, team, I guess. But you guys are professional and you definitely know how to handle that as well. So I really comment on that as well. The other thing I
Yeah.
want to know, uh, Riot and their script with Sentinels and 100 Thieves. What's your take on it? And what can we expect in upcoming match from you guys?
I always feel confident against 100 Thieves. I think we have the stronger team and usually win, and I feel the same way this time. Uh, it'll be interesting. They always have pretty unique takes on metas and a unique style. So expecting anything going in, but yeah, I feel really good. It's definitely a first game I'm happy to get. Obviously, classic script, classic rivalry, but yeah, just being honest, always comfortable playing them, and I like having an opponent that we feel confident playing against to start off a split, get rolling.
So, do you sometimes feel like, oh, come on, again, not these guys or something like this?
I don't mind. I mean, we usually beat them almost every time we beat them. So
Yeah.
because of that, I don't mind.
Uh,
I'd imagine they feel more like that than us. I like starting a split with a game I feel pretty good about, obviously, because you get to build
yeah.
up confidence.
Yeah. That's good. Other thing is the number of teams qualifying for Toronto from stage one has been increased. That will be 3 teams compared to two for Bangkok. So you see, like I want to compare the current team with the previous seasons. You guys didn't make to Shanghai last year. So this stage, do you guys are you guys confident enough that you guys will be qualifying for Toronto? I know it's really difficult to say right now since the new meta and everything and the all overall with other teams and new players and stuff. But you as a coach in the team always want to, of course, win. But what's the ground scenario right now in the team that you can share with us?
Yeah, I definitely feel good about our chance of making it. Obviously, we had a team with so much firepower and experience last year. I think probably one of the hardest parts last year was consistency, right? Like just keeping our energy and our motivation at the top level, especially when it's in the it's a more monotonous grind when you're just playing in LA and you have these long scrim weeks and just like one game a weekend. I think this team, we have different strengths and weaknesses, but definitely very hardworking and like we're building up our consistency pretty well because of that. In LA, you get more time to do that because we're just sitting there. We have a week to prepare and scrim for each match. I feel like it's obviously early to say. We haven't been in a league split format with this roster yet, but I think that the league split format will lend itself well to the roster that we've built this time around. I think it's going to be a comfort spot for us, and obviously having the groups seeded too helps a lot. Like it definitely builds a lot of confidence. We definitely feel like we should be making Toronto. We will be making Toronto, and that we can do more damage there than Bangkok. And yeah, feeling good about it.
That's good to know. Like everybody wants to see Sentinels. Like viewership is there. Everybody knows if Sentinels qualifies, the viewership will be, of course, numbers will be high and everything. But how do you guys like coming for this type of scenario? Like certain meta changes, like I talked with you before as well. But now you had that time to cook in the kitchen, whatever the stuff has been. How do you do it along with Winter and John for this type of situations?
Yeah. Like how do the three of us kind of balance out the
Yes,
work?
yes,
Yeah, it's a good question. I think all three of us have pretty strong vision on what kind of comps we want to play, what we think is going to fit the team best, and we definitely have a lot of very long conversations about where to go with that. I think that that's an area where John is super involved because obviously he's the one in the server. He's IGLing, he's working with these guys, and he needs something he believes in, that he's confident in. So he's very vocal about what direction he wants to go in there. And then Gunter and I obviously have a lot of ideas too. So we try different things. Sometimes one of us will have an idea that we'll give it, we'll just try certain ideas and see where it goes. And then with the strategy, like game plans, I would say a lot of the game planning for opponents is on Gunter and I. We look at the opponent, how they're playing, kind of what's our general game plan, right? Our pistol, our first gun, like what direction we want to go, and then John's super vocal in that too, right? Like especially on attack, I think. How does he want to call, and where do our, I would say like Gunter and I make a lot of that stuff, but John's very vocal in piloting it and where it feels wrong and where it feels right and what needs to be tweaked. And he does a really good job bringing like set strategies, how to use certain ults and stuff. So it's very collaborative between the three of us, a lot of conversations, and yeah, we just try stuff out, and we definitely discuss and sometimes argue, and I think we all believe in each other's ideas that when it's match time, we're all going to feel good about whatever we're going in with.
that's good. I personally believe if there is no argument in the team, then the team is not working properly. That's my
Yeah,
take.
exactly. Yeah, yeah. We all like, if we all have opinions, it means we're all thinking critically about it, which is always a good
Yes,
sign.
yes. Thank you, Kaplan. That's it for now. Best of luck for the whole stage one, and hopefully you guys qualify Toronto. This time I won't be there. If there any specific event again, I'll be there to meet you guys again. But again, congrats and best of luck for the upcoming tournament and have fun.